In the last episode, we've pretty much crushed most of Anatolia in about 10 turns, but where are the Hittites gonna end up now? That's the question. Well, let's make some business deals with the Greeks, because everybody loves money, and some other factions first. You know how in the gym you're technically not supposed to skip leg day? Well, you're not supposed to skip culture day with the Hittites. Because of a land of 1,000 gods, a province that has only 7% Hittite culture has just a -7 debuff to public order. That's honestly amazing, so yeah. Always do this, and now we can actually get to research something fun like military. Warbands, let's go. Wait a moment. I just said military. I was thinking, and I'm the most mentally sane Hittite king, so it's time for completely justified war, random guys close to the Mitanni, war, little island shithole, war, my only real friends in this scenario that give me a lot of money. Yeah, I'm not that stupid, I'm not doing this. Their armies just have mobs, and even then, I have so much troop quality this ain't even worth fighting. The people that gave the Hittites a monstrous headache over the centuries, the Kashkians, they've just been utterly humiliated. Karkemish. An important trading center that was under the control of the Mitanni, historically it became a Hittite client kingdom, but now, it's finally ours and we get to occupy this. Wine? Hell yeah. And just like this, without even a real fight, the Kashkians got subdued. Like, trust me, I try to be merciful, but they just keep recruiting mobs. I don't even get to fight a battle. I promise I'm not doing a convenient backstab, but at the same time, HAYASA marched their army right on the border, and are they trying to preemptively backstab me? Well, it's not just there. I'm invading ISUWA, and they're also here with an army, so I think you know what's the only play. We are heavily outnumbered, but we are definitely not outmatched, and you know what? I like these odds. It's time to fight. The HAYASA Azi were tribal confederations in northeastern Anatolia that were frequently enemies and also subjects of the Hittites. We have written documents about them sending soldiers to raid the Hittites and even capture prisoners. But also we have documents about them sending tribute and serving in Hittite armies as aggressive infantry and very high quality charioteers. And also, funnily enough, here's another interesting historical theory. A lot of scholars consider the HAYASA to be the ancestors of the Armenians. But enough about history. Let's see how we can make our enemies history in this battle. So they've got a lot more infantry than us, and I'm talking a crazy amount, as you can see. We're outnumbered by about 2,000-ish. They are one of the strongest factions on the campaign right now. They control so much territory, and we need to abuse our chariots to get some kind of dominance here. They have a lot of slingers, but honestly they're not gonna be that much of a problem because of the very simple fact that... what are slingers possibly gonna do? And it's time for a Bronze Age Alexander movement. Think about it this way. I got Greek infantry, they're the anvil, my chariots are the hammer, and well, yeah, I probably have a god complex similar to Alexander, so... that's about as much as you can expect from me. The chariots are just running amok here. Unfortunately, the HAYASA don't have their own chariots in this battle, but they do have them on the campaign, and they're pretty good quality. So now this mobility advantage and just the fact that I have such a devastating hammer basically means I can do whatever I want, even though they are outnumbering me by so much. Look, the chariots are just swooping in. Their slingers are basically free food for me. Just look from both angles, just getting chariots into them. There's nothing they can absolutely do. The slingers have just been slaughtered. Their infantry was gonna break my left flank, but thanks to that chariot play, they can't do anything. Let's look at the Hittite swordsman for a bit there, after we just see a little bit more chariot carnage. Historically, the Hittite chariots, we have evidence about this. They did have scale mail barding like this, so you can just imagine the devastating pain of getting hit by a horse like this. They're also pretty highly protected because of that. Hittite swordsmen are tanking 2 units of Anatolian spears here. They have no problems just holding their own, and the Hittites were very highly trained when it comes to their professional army corps, but you heard this from a bird, not from me, but there's gonna be a video on the Hittite military very soon. They routed the unit of spears. They're just gonna have to fight the other one off, and that's perfect. That means the chariots get some more targets, let's call it that way. They're just gonna go clean up the part there, and let's finish off with the infantry. These guys are clear, so that's great. Let's get the king over there. We're not gonna charge into the Nairi Kingsguard here, or better said, the HAYASA Kingsguard. Nope, it would be kind of not the best life choice to actually charge head-on into a chariot, don't you think? Well, into heavy spears? Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's get our skirmishers here on the side. Maybe we could get some rear shots into the Anatolian levies, and our chariots are just gonna mop the floor up with the remainder. Okay, they're completely crushed here. I'm just gonna see what I can get around the flanks of the HAYASA Kingsguard. I mean, they're very high quality heavy spearmen, but I'm getting Greeks here to flank them. A lot of Greeks. This is not gonna end well for them, unfortunately. So let's see, just a beautiful charge by the Achaean swordsman. Into the rear of the Kingsguard, and they're already starting to slaughter them. There's not much they can do here. Despite their numerical superiority in fighting fiercely, they have been crushed. That's pretty much it for the HAYASA in this battle, but the war is far from over. We still have a lot more to fight for. Once again, chariots just pulling the weight. It's just a massive advantage, honestly. I would even call it unfair, but it is what it is. The AI just has no counterplay. And with this heroic victory, we're gonna release these heroes back home. We're invading ISUWA, and the HAYASA are here, so it looks like it's time for another bloody battle. Outnumbered, but never outmatched. Historically, ISUWA was a Hurrian kingdom, which ended up under Hittite dominion eventually, and they were pretty loyal subjects of the Hittite High King for most of the time. Now the HAYASA are fighting us for dominion here, and they're not gonna have a good time, I'll promise you that, as the Anatolian levies just hold off a swarm of mob here. They're not gonna have much of an issue, but now let's get the chariots into the battle. Here, I'm using javelin men on the flanks, just to see how much devastation they can cause. The Hittite axemen are tanking, look how many units so far. This is just gonna be a massacre. Hittite axemen are pretty good, but they're not super high quality troops, so it's only a matter of time before they flop, but let's see if we can actually bail them out. Meanwhile, I'm getting the really heavy Kizuwatna spearmen onto the rear as well, and trying to get the chariots to be in a better position. Takes them a while to even just get through mob for some reason. The slingers are not a threat. What is a threat is this giant blob of infantry, and we're gonna try to thin it down with a great rear charge here. Just crushed under the pressure of success, weight, and a very heavily armored horse with chariot crew. Yeah, these guys are not having a good time, I can promise you that much, and this mob is just getting peppered to death with javelin men. That is fantastic. The king also found a pretty good target. Yeah, this is not looking good for the HAYASA here. Well, to be fair, they were trying to invade my territory that doesn't have my faction colors on it yet, but is about to, so I take what is rightfully mine. Sorry, not sorry. We're just gonna get the slingers out of the way here. Chariots moved into a better position. It's actually gonna be perfect, and we'll try to get the javelin men also in a better position. The chariots are just gonna have a field day here now with this charge. Look at that. Yep, they're just cutting straight through butter. Essentially, let's get the king back here. He routed that unit almost. Well, no, that's not the king, but let's pretend it's the king's chariots. Now we gotta do something about the general, but the Kizuwatna spearmen should be quite fine for this task. No, finding a worthy opponent, their battle will be legendary, unless it gets cut short by chariots just crushing the rest of the units before they even have a chance to fight. Yeah, the slingers are not gonna have a good time. Then again, really, who does have a good time fighting against chariots? In this mod, at least, we're not gonna talk about pikes or something in the vanilla game. Okay, that's perfect. They're just getting devastated. Honestly, there's nothing they could do here, but auto-resolve would not let us just go innocently. 3% chance? Yeah, I'm not taking that. No thanks. Okay, the chariots are just slaughtering the slingers, what a surprise. The axemen are just tanking so many of them here. Let's see if we can get the jabs in for another charge. Okay. The noble Anatolians don't really have much to do here. The HAYASA are putting up a good fight. They have Kashkians. They're doing a terrific job killing my troops, honestly. Let's take a little bit of a look at them. Just find them. They are amazing axe infantry. They can hold the line, but they're even deadlier when they flank. It's such a shame the AI hasn't recruited more of them, and I'm trying to recruit more. That's why I'm invading northern Anatolia as well, just to get some Kashkians in my army. But there's not much they can do though. My troop quality is insane, and I got something they don't have in this army, chariots. We've already mentioned a million times how busted they are, but mentioning doesn't just change the fact that they are busted, let's be honest here. Now let's pull them back for another charge. These guys are also stuck. Let's get the spearmen also out of the way for another charge. Let's get them to chase off the slingers. Like, the slingers are not doing any damage. They're not a threat. They can fire as much as they want. They're just gonna be a waste of my minimal chariot micro at the moment if I use them. So let's just ram them into the back of the Kashkians. Let's see how that's gonna work out if they don't get stuck on bushes. God damn it, Rome 2. Why do you always do this to me? Wait, well, then again, it's my fault for fighting in an area that has terrain. Maybe I should just go into the steppe and just fight on the open grass. No. Just ignore that. Anyway, they seem to have been crushed. There's not much Kashkia can do here. That's pretty much it for this one. Now let's see what the benefits of the battle will be. Well, this is what you get for invading land that is rightfully mine, but you know what? I'll be nice to you. You can go. That's a lot of money. We conquered ISUWA, but the war is far from over. The HAYASA control a lot of territory, they're insanely strong, and they're not giving their land up without a fierce fight. The Mitanni, the Assyrians, Canaan, and Egypt, they're all strong and all ready to get subjugated by the Hittite king, but we're gonna have to leave that for next time. I hope you enjoyed this Age of Bronze Hittite gameplay. If you like this, I'm happy, but if you're crazy enough to actually like it or even sub, well, that makes me even happier. Anyway, that's it for now. Tune in again for more epic Bronze Age slaughter and some more historical informative videos coming your way, and until the next time...